ও এগুলো নিয়ে যাবে। it could stop funding the war. But they've always been too scared to be seen to be quote unquote defunding our troops or all that kind of thing. But Congress really, this is a broader point I've made, it really has to develop the constitutional courage to actually take on the role it was meant to. Congress is the first branch of government. The president's role in the Constitution, as written by James Madison, is to, quote, faithfully execute the laws. That is literally the president's role. It is not to do all these things that he's doing. We have created a super imperial presidency under Trump, which is completely outside of what the Constitution imagined. I think the founders would be stunned, and probably the single biggest thing they would be surprised by is that the president has engaged in 8 military operations in 2 years, none of which have received congressional authorization as wars.
Let's get to another call. David is in Las Vegas. David, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. This is more of a personal nature for guests and yourselves. As a proud American, a strong American, I've always enjoyed leadership that walks softer and still has a big stick. How are you perceived when you meet your colleagues? Can they separate the rhetoric of we're going to kill you, we're going to crush you, we're going to hurt you, from you as an American?
What do you mean by that, David? Are you asking us, or are you talking about the president, or?
No, I'm saying the president represents. Many of us do not agree with, and that's you'll be a bully, you'll hurt people to get your means, and yet you must meet other reporters, and then they are asking, can they separate out you from the rhetoric of our leadership as an American? So they separate Americans okay, but they don't like the one that happens.
Yeah, David, thank you for that. Just sort of the mood, the attitude of the administration versus sort of how people feel as Americans, where we were sort of always brought up to believe that we were the good guys.
And we were brought up to believe that the United States was the benign force in the world. We were bringing liberty and democracy, and we as you said, we were the good guys. For President Trump, that's all, as I think he sees it, that's all naive BS. We should be ruthlessly transactional, selfish. We should be asking ourselves, if we go into a country, can we take your oil? Can we take your minerals? Can we exploit you? Can we charge you for what we're doing? And I think that the United States have always had a kind of, the way I think about it is like a great businessman understands that you don't build a great business on the basis of an individual transaction where you squeezed and screwed the other guy. It's by building a great relationship so that people come to you for business over and over again. And that's what we have done in America. We've built a great business as the leaders of the world because we looked out for everyone's interests. We certainly did very well ourselves, but we had that broader outlook. And now we're squeezing everybody, and we're trying to make them cry uncle, and we're trying to extract everything we can from them. And that's a very different image of America.
So it's amazing we've gotten through this entire hour so quickly, but I want to ask you one more thing. As we've heard, and we put out the question, America's role in the world, and just about every call that we heard tonight was about Iran. People care a lot about this. I did notice just before the show started, sort of checking the news websites out there, it's not necessarily the top story in the United States right now, amazingly. We've got this war going on, many service members killed. What do you think, how do you explain that?
We have a very good ability in this country. We're very, very big, we're very rich, and the war is far away. We can insulate people from it. But I think your